This is a video of my L&N model railroad and HO scale 1957 through central Kentucky. This is the dispatch area. Got a telephone system for communication between the dispatcher and the main yard, and also the train operators throughout the railroad. There's 7 phone lines around the railroad, around the fascia. This is the information board for the dispatcher, and this is his video system here to monitor throughout the railroad to help him keep up with where all the trains are. This is the call board where crews can come in and sign in for various trains and yard operations. As you come into the railroad, the first room here is the staging room. This is represents Cincinnati, the north end of the railroad in staging. And as you go through this tunnel here, you actually go into the scenic and operated part of the railroad itself. Falmouth, Kentucky is the first town with some switching here for the railroad, continuing on southbound through central Kentucky. Got a river and bridges, and got a freight train holding short for the next area, waiting for permission from the dispatcher to continue southbound on the main. We've got a junkyard here to the right. That's one of the passenger stations, along with a farm back here close to where the freight train's holding. This example of one of the telephones on the fascia. This is the first one that crews would have to contact the dispatcher to continue on. Got a fuel industry here. This is an interchange with the C&O railroad. And this area here begins the main classification yard in Winchester, Kentucky. Really the brains of the railroad. Don't quite have all the ballasting finished yet. Railroad's about 95% finished. Still got a little work to do there. Some car cards sitting on one of the outbound tracks. I'm preparing for my next operating session sometime in March. This area takes at least 2 operators to keep the yard running well. The yard master and assistant yard master, sometimes even a third person can help. This is a yard master's desk area and telephone for communication and all of his paperwork. And this area also has a lot of switching in the town of Winchester, Kentucky, that the yard master is responsible for, one of his assistants. The main line is in the background up against the backdrop, and it continues southbound through central Kentucky into this tunnel portal. And we go around the first corridor. As the train continues southbound, comes out of that tunnel portal there, over a creek, covered bridge into the town of Corbin, Kentucky. Has a siding here that allows a lot of switching to do in 8 different industries in the town of Corbin. Keeps one operator busy for about an hour. It's a residential area here in Corbin. Got some new backdrops here. I'm liking them. Got about 30 feet of these new backdrops up so far. Going to get some more and put them up as time goes on. Town of Corbin, Kentucky, got a fire going on. Fire department's working hard to put it out. Got a road continuing on the backdrop. I've got blended in to the town of Corbin. Continue on south. Passenger station and some more industrial switching. The town of Corbin. Got a 1950s style drive-in movie theater. An IGA food store. Everybody needs a donut shop. Notice the police are there. Gas station. Car out of gas, people pushing it into the station. Wrecker operating, explaining the toll bill to that person. Fire station. Trailer park. And continuing southbound, the main line is closest to the edge, closest to us, going southbound towards Knoxville, Tennessee. And all these tracks in this yard is for the coal branch line that goes off east into eastern Kentucky and ultimately into Northern Virginia. This is a steam servicing area here. Coal, ash, sand, water, etc. A few cabooses here. And this is a turntable and roundhouse for the steam engines. And the main is closest to the fascia. The coal branch line going east is on the 2.5% grade going up. And then that branch line going east is a area where the coal miners' families live, along with a company store for the coal mine. Have a old abandoned area and a hobo camp right here. Along with the waterfall stream. And the first coal tipple on the branch line going east. Got this area lit. Some lights inside the coal tipple and outside as well. So it continues east on the upper level, and then the lower level continues south towards Knoxville, Tennessee, behind the rocks. This is an industrial area the L&N Railroad will work. This is a rock quarry, cement plant. This is in the town of Lott, Kentucky. It's a town in southern Kentucky just before you get to the Tennessee border, north of Knoxville. There's a couple of industries right here to switch. And that upper area, as I said, is still going east towards Northern Virginia. But on the way, they've got a area where some timbering's going on, so the L&N Railroad can bring some timber out to market. So we'll continue southbound on the lower level, eastbound on the upper level. The upper level going east has a cemetery here. Got a funeral going on. Lady is passed out over the coffin. Lower level once again is southbound towards Knoxville. Upper level, second coal tipple. Got it lit. So this tunnel here goes on east into upper staging, representing Northern Virginia. And the lower tunnel is going south into Knoxville, representing Knoxville and staging. Got a lake and a bait house, swimmers and fishermen. And we continue on into south staging, Knoxville. This upper area is the Northern Virginia east staging. This puts us back to where we were in the staging room originally. This is where we began. Cincinnati area north and ends south in Knoxville or east in Northern Virginia. When I'm not doing operating sessions, I can connect a 5-foot bridge right here on this track over to this track and run continuous operation in a big loop. It takes about 9 minutes for the train to go around at scale speeds. When an operating session is going on, that's removed and the entire railroad becomes point to point. Thanks.